Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review from the Raggy Brewery with the bubbling in the background. Couldn't be done with that, could you? We had to move from the house because all you could hear in the house is blah, 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 blah. So today I'm going to be reviewing Infinity Plus One from the Blue Monkey Brewery. Blue Monkey Brewery, Giltbrook, Nottingham. Next to IKEA, if you know that area. Do a lot of monkey type beers, you know, themed beers, shall we say. This is a golden IPA brewed with British pale and wheat malts, loaded with powerful citra hops and brewed to 5.6%. They're massively dry hopped again with citra to give huge punch and aroma. Had it in the shop. I went up the other week and with the intentions of getting a few beers and see what they got, one of each as you do, pick a mix. And they said to me, if you buy 12 you get a £5 off. And I thought, well, that's worth doing. So I got about 3 of these, and they actually let me sample it while I was there, which was, I think, was good of them. You know, it helps them sell. You know, it's good business to you know, to have samples there. Especially if someone's going in with the intention of buying, you know, not just there just for free beer. And I got to say, I had some in a glass, in a little can. Loved it. Right, as I do now, all my beer reviews now, if I can, if they start bubbling over, I'll smell the aroma straight from the can. Definite citrus, you know, straight away. So, 5.6%. It's got a rating of 3.36 on RateBeer from 27 ratings. I'll pick out a couple of interesting ones in a minute, if they load up. There we go. So, the 2 reviews I've found are both in Scotland, funnily enough. One in Edinburgh from earlier this year, and one in Ayr. So as you can see, massive white head on it. It's a fizzy little fella. It's a fuzzy little fella. Slightly hazy pour. Golden pour, good lacing and carbonation. You can see that even through the, you know, lacing, through the haziness. White head. So the first review, 3.4 out of 5. Appearance, golden amber, nicely proportioned head. Nose, pineapple and fresh peaches. Taste, orange, peach and malt undernote, burnt bread and caramel. Palate, medium bodied and creamy, yet crunchy texture and a lovely dry crunchy finish. Overall, good solid yin, whatever that means. And there's one, 3.8. Half a pint by hand pump. Pine hops, fruity aroma, golden yellow, thin bubbly fawn head. Tropical fruits, mango, grassy, pine flavour, creamy, very drinkable, grassy, tropical fruit finish. So, some good reviews there. Not going to go any further with the reviews. That's what I'm here for. And hold on a minute. That's better. I'm off centre. I'm even more off centre now. That's better. Look at your centres right, don't you? See what they mean by creamy straight away. It doesn't feel thin on the mouth, you know. A bit like a Guinness, really, in that respect. It's quite creamy. Yeah, I bet that's what some women say. Let's not go down that road, eh? This kids might be watching this. But anyway. Again, this is a beer that really deserves to be drank a bit cooler than room temperature. In the brewery, when I drank it, obviously the brewery was quite cool, you know, big room, quite cool. Oh, well, it was on that day. and it was really refreshing. I don't know if they had it in the fridge or what, but it was really refreshing, you know, very nice. And so I'm getting it from the more room temperature point of view, which, you know, obviously some people prefer it that, some people prefer it chilled. I may do a chilled review one day, sometime probably in the winter, because I've got 2 or 3 cans, I think. I'm liking it, you know, it's got really nice citrus taste to it. There's not too much pine, it's there, but it's not too much, you know, 'cause some, I don't know why they do it with some of them, but sometimes the pine is that strong and it's like, oh, you know, you're cringing as you're drinking it. This, the pine's at just that right level, so that's good news. And it's gone down the raw road. Oh, that woke me up. Yes. Oh dear. Went down the wrong hole there. That bubbling's put me off, something rotten. So, loving the taste, you know. If you do buy this at any stage, bang one in the chilled and have one room temperature. The difference between the two, flavour differences, crispness, refreshingness, there's a real divide in between the two, and yet they're both decent, you know, very decent tasting. Nice aroma, not too heavy on the aroma, but on the taste, to me, I know it's 5.6, and I tell you what, when I only drank a little thing like that, straight to my head. My body's obviously used to it now, you know, your body's like a brain, and your body's like a brain. Your brain's like a computer where it has something and it sorts itself out in your head, so the next time you have it, it's I know what that is, yeah. And it's obviously guessed, and it's not hitting me nowhere near as much. It's funny how some beers really do hit you quick. But for me, this is more like a session IPA. Nice, just a bit of a stronger session IPA, which isn't a bad thing, of course. Very smooth, lovely. And as it's going down into pine, the citrus elements, I do like it. That is nice. Always nice to have a decent beer into, you know, we don't want these beers that aren't decent. I don't want to be reviewing them. Well, that went down lovely and quick. So, golden pour, hazy pour, good carbonation and lacing. Citrus aroma at the top of the can. Citrus aroma on you know, in the glass. Bit muted, wasn't really overly strong, but in the taste, bags of taste without being too overly, you know, in the face, you know, which is good because sometimes you don't want it. To appeal to the broader audience, you need something that pushes the boundaries but doesn't go over too far, you know. Give you an example, Brewdog's Punk IPA, a great beer nonetheless, but it can be too much smack in the face at times, and it puts people off buying it, you know. Nowadays, obviously, the craft beer generation, people love that sort of thing. But for a lot of the people, more traditional drinkers, you're going to struggle to get them to go towards that because, you know, of it being too much in your face. So, out of 5, love the can. Cheap as well. I think it was about £2.25 or something, so it wasn't too bad. That's from a brewery. Obviously, if it's in a shop, shops can buy it at silly prices. Whereas obviously, you know, we can't, you know, you're buying 1 or 2s, so they're not making much profit per, you know, if they're selling 1,000 to a shop, a supermarket, or 10,000, you know, then they're making good amounts of profit, which will lower the price. When you're buying it, you know, at a much more stronger temperature, price. So out of 5, I liked it. It wasn't a top 10 beer, but not every beer has to be. You know, we're not. They don't all have to be at the top of the end. I think about a 4.2 out of 5. Yeah, nice. And very interesting beer. Nice try. Right, time to get some work done. Been at work all day and then come home, fitted the new dishwasher. The old dishwasher wasn't pumping the water out. Every time you turned it on, it stunk. And you know, and it's in this day and age with water and Legionnaire's disease and all that other stuff, not good to be having water that's not been flushed out properly. You know, plus it stunk the kitchen out. Every time you turn the dishwasher on, it smelled like rotten eggs. And you don't need that. No, no wonder I had a bit of a dodgy stomach lately. Right, that's it for this review. Thanks for watching. See you soon.